Man, it's your boy Carl Banks, man, and I'll just say it, all right? A dead rapper is the new golden goose these days, okay? Over the past few years, so many dope artists have died. Some y'all heard about, some y'all haven't heard about until they died. I mean, taking a look at all these rappers, you can clearly see that each and every one of their careers have improved dramatically after they died. Some went from unknown artists to known, and some went from known artists to being legends, all right? In the case of Juice Wrld, he went from being a successfully established rapper to becoming a legend in just a very short career. And because the large catalog of great music he's provided in such a short time, after his death, his family has been making roughly about $20 to $25 million a year off his music. Goddamn. Now, recently it came out his music catalog had been sold to Opus Music Group for over nine figures. Now, for you niggas who don't make money, that's about $100 million or more. Now, the article says that his catalog has been bought by the record company, but it's just a little misleading, all right? They say that Opus Music Group, which is a newly founded independent label home to only three artists, including Juice Wrld, owns Juice Wrld's music. But looking at the deal, it's a little bit more nuanced than that, all right? Juice Wrld's initial label, Interscope, owns his music, but when he died, his portions of his masters and publishing went to his family. Now, Opus Music Group bought Juice Wrld's portions of his masters and publishing from his family, not from Interscope. So Interscope still owns the majority of Juice Wrld's music, all right? Now, Opus bought 90% of Juice Wrld's portions of his masters, meaning when Juice Wrld signed to Interscope, let's say he only owned about 10% of the masters. When he died, his family got that 10%. But they sold 90% of the 10% to Opus, meaning that Opus would now own 9% of the masters, the family would only own 1% of the masters now, and Interscope would still own 90% of the original masters. Now, these numbers are just for the masters, but the concept is the same thing for the publishing, just with different numbers. Now, some people have a problem with labels capitalizing and profiting off the death of their artist, and I can see why. It's a little unethical to use the death to push the sales, and it may seem rude to the grieving family, but personally, I don't think it's wrong that the labels are doing this. I believe that it's extremely unfortunate when an artist dies, but at the end of the day, they signed a contract and took the advance money up front before the contract was over. And in many cases, with the death of many recent artists, the death was because of their own detriments, whether it was an overdose of drugs or being a millionaire and surrounding yourself in an environment where others want to see you lose or even worse, dead. Now, again, it's extremely unfortunate, but again, it's business. When the contract was signed, they expected the artist to be alive and to fulfill their contractual agreements, but when they die, they're no longer able to do so. Think about it if you were an independent label, right? And you gave an artist your last dollars investing in their art and their career, all for them to put themselves in harm's way, leading to their death and the loss of all your money. It's unethical, but from a business perspective, how else are you going to recoup the money that you lost? Now, we've seen Juice WRLD's label do this with two posthumous albums and using their death to promote the Kid Laroi, but now we're seeing them do this to promote Juice WRLD's third and last posthumous album. Lil Bibby, who owns Grade A Productions, which is the label that signed Juice WRLD under Interscope, took to Instagram to share a video of Juice WRLD and thanking him and his fans for being on the ride with Juice WRLD even after his death, but also to share the news that they are currently working on Juice WRLD's third posthumous album. Again, it's unethical, but it's also the most practical thing to do. All right, guys, let me know what y'all think. Questions, comments. Do y'all think they're milking Juice WRLD to death, or is it just business?